Hi, I'm going to demonstrate how to play Hexcells hands-free using MouSense and Windows speech recognition macros. Hexcells is a bit like Minesweeper but done in hexagons, and it has a couple of extra indicators of what mines are there and what aren't. And so it makes the game a very interesting puzzle game. Start listening. J-click. J-click. J-click, 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 J-right, 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 J-right. Stop listening. Now you may have noticed there that left-click marked it as part of the pattern and right-click cleared it, whereas when you've played Minesweeper, you know that left-click is supposed to be for clearing areas and right-click is supposed to be for marking them. So this is quite confusing, and also it means that as you play through the game, trying to remember whether click or right means mark or clear is a bit tricky. So I decided to edit my macros file again and add in additional commands. So here you can see I have mark, which makes a click activation, and clear, which makes a right-click activation. And the clever thing about this is that if there's another game where these are the other way round, I can just change these commands, and that way I never actually have to remember whether it's left or right click, because I just say mark to mark and clear to clear. Start listening. Clear. Oops. Mark. Stop listening. If you say the wrong command, you have a very small window to move the mouse away, otherwise it counts a mistake. You can get one mistake and still get all the sort of reward hexagons, but if you get two you then lose a couple, and as you get more you lose more. Start listening. Mark. 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 Clear. Mark. You get the idea. Mark. Mark. Stop listening. Later in the game the hexagons get smaller and the puzzles start getting more complex. Also you have these column and diagonal line numbers, which tell you how many blue hexagons are in those lines and columns. This means you end up doing a lot more moving your neck to the far sides of the screen and having to do some very precise editing over here. Marking here a very small movement, keeping your neck still for a voice command here, and so on. And that's a lot of strain on the neck. One way to mitigate that is to shift the center of the cursor relative to the center of your neck's position by turning your head towards the edge of the screen and then beyond. So here I've turned to the right, I'm looking at the edge of the screen, and as I keep turning right, it's still moving the mouse, but it can't move it any further right. As soon as I start moving left, it recognizes that, and so by the time I'm looking back at the center, it's over to the far left side, and so I can edit things over here. So using that effect, I can move the mouse to various edges of the screen when I need to edit them. Another way of achieving this is using the mouse grid. Start listening. Mouse grid. 4. 5. 4. Click. Mark. J-click. J-right. Clear. Stop listening. Using the voice-controlled way means again only having to move your neck within a small range of angles from your natural center, and this allows the game to be played more safely.